Hi guys, this is my review for Season 8, Episode 22, Baltimore, and I am recording in a different setting, so this might look really weird when it gets rendered. I haven't read many reviews or fan reactions, but personally, I thought this was a really good episode. There was a lot of stuff that I loved. First up, I loved all the shoutouts and throwbacks to stuff, like the origin of the Mighty Mouse stapler. And Pachi was there, love Pachi, so glad they brought him back. I love when he's talking about how his ulcer's bothering him and that his stomach's gonna be the death of him. Oh, Pachi, it was so good to see him back. I also love Tony talking about how he hated the orange walls and the glare from the skylight. I would find working in a giant orange distracting myself. And also Tony's reference that he'd rather get the plague than be a Navy cop, and then, you know, he ends up getting both. Did I miss any other references? I thought they were cool how they were all kind of put in there. Oh, and of course the smile to the HR lady, which is from the second episode. I think that's hung out to dry, where he tells Kate that that's how he got into NCIS. He smiled. What else was lovable? Tony kicking the chair and it tripping up the suspect was like so classic Tony, in love with that. And I love the look of the flashbacks. It's kind of like this desaturized kind of gritty, grating thing to it. Kind of reminded me of like I was watching like old Law and Order, and that's good. Maybe I'm just imagining things. And I also love Ziva declaring a scary revenge to anyone who dare murder McGee. And I love the part where Tony's like chasing down the bad guy and he's like, I have a degree in physical education, which means he is perfectly qualified to chase that guy down. And then he gets hit by a car. It's just that whole sequence was just perfect. It was just really well done. Some more lovable stuff. We got two new rules, number 5 and number 35. Oh, and I also love the moment where like the captain or whatever he was goes to like shake Gibbs's hand and Gibbs just like slaps the evidence log into his hand. So many good moments. It was just a real treat to get to see Tony from 10 years ago. It was great de-aging. Not like Logan Cale great, but you know, good enough. I believed it. I mean, even Gibbs looked a little younger, you know, with the eyebrows and a little bit of black kind of at his hairline, but strangely enough, he looked younger than he did in Enemies Domestic, which kind of messes with my brain a little, continuity-wise, but okay, we'll go with it. There was one thing I wasn't sure if they addressed towards the end of the episode, which is that Tony had a fiance. Did he just kind of leave her behind in Baltimore? Did he not call? I mean, he had problems with the ginger partner, but I'm kind of curious to see like what happened. Did he just leave her? Did he say, I have to move? Like, how did they break up? What's going on with that? Because is he secretly married, or is this just something that we're never gonna find out about, or probably bothers me. One thing, we know her name is Wendy, and she used to be his music teacher. Is this the same woman that he talked about in Boxton? Maybe. So case-wise, this was a copycat. It wasn't the P2P killer. It was a very precise copycat. But what we did learn about the P2P killer in this episode is that he's very tech-savvy, because he's apparently hacked Abby's email, or at least made it look like Abby sent Ducky an email that she didn't. As I mentioned in one of my news videos, the Swan Song press release used the word infiltrated, saying that the P2P killer has infiltrated NCIS. So by that, do they mean like he's infiltrated like tech-wise? Is this what they're referring to? That he's hacked Abby's email? And he's obviously read Ducky's autopsy report at some point, because he's the one that found the typo. So what's Mr. Port-to-Port's dealio here? Okay, I'm really glad that this episode wasn't a disappointment. Origin episodes are so important and so fragile, and thankfully this one was executed really well. There was just so many good moments, like Gibbs sneaking up on Tony twice, and also getting to see Osama's picture with a nice red slash through it. There's something about this episode that really wasn't captivating the first time I watched it, but there wasn't really anything wrong with it. It was a good origin episode, so I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. I also want to talk about the Eye. I'd really like to know more about NCIS's security system, because the Eye opens up MTAC, but McGee can't get access to it because it's classified. I don't know everything, but if I was working at NCIS, I would have gone advanced and see how high they can take it to be like, this is obviously a security risk. Someone with classified clearance has been compromised, their eye has been salvaged and sent to an NCIS agent. Like, this is a big deal, but you know, apparently it's just a little sideshow. I mean, this is a big deal to us, but I don't think that it doesn't really seem like that big of a deal to like Gibbs and Co. Just saying. But now we have the promo for Swan Song, which has the lovely Mr. Trent Court with an eye patch on, so that could be it. I mean, what we know about the eyeball is that it's male, so that works. The eyeball is in its 30s. Trent Court is apparently in his 40s. and that he had LASIK eye surgery, but I don't really think that's important. And also that his eye opens up MTAC. Okay, one, isn't revealing the eye thing in a promo a little anticlimactic? Just saying, I would rather have like a big reveal on the show, like have the elevator open and there's Trent Court missing an eye, you know what I mean? Number two, since when does Trent Court's eyeball open up MTAC? I would like to say I have time to go back and watch all the Trent Court episodes, I really don't. He's CIA, and his eyeball opens up NCIS. Is that logical? I don't know. Maybe that's perfectly fine. I'm sure there's gonna be a logical explanation for everything, but I wouldn't have guessed him. Also in the promo, it seems like they're suggesting that they know who the PTP killer is, and it's this guy called Jonas Cobb. Jonas Cobb. Could you get a more Navy-ish name? Cobb? Cobb? Really? Anyway. It also says he's going to strike at the heart of NCIS. Okay, I think Abby's the heart of NCIS, but I can't see her getting hurt. So after seeing like this promo, I'm just like even more worried for dear Mike Franks. I really think it's gonna be him. Anyway, so let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Oh my god. The contrast right now on my camera is so high that my hair is like bright ginger orange and like my face is like white. It's just the weirdest thing ever. It looks like, yeah, this is what it looks like. It's weird.